Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. How are you all? I hope you all always have good condition. At this moment, I will tell you about my experiences before and after having been joining Quanta Indonesia English Education Institute. First of all, let me please introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Azka. Most of my friends call me Azka. I come from Pandan Harum Hill, Air Hitam, Samarinda Ulu, East Kalimantan. I live with my parents, my younger sister, and my younger brother. When I started learning here, I always remembered them. I remembered and longed for them, though at the time I was accompanied by my father. For the first time, I knew Quanta Indonesia in 2018 at the marks of my grandfather, of which name is Sheikh Mahmudin. At that time, I did not understand about the method this program has, as the installers at the time conveyed that learning English is not difficult. It is easy. The learners do not have to memorize the lessons intensively or have to burden their mind. It is fact, they said. Lots of learners have learned in it and have proved its truth. It is a new breakthrough in the method of English learning. At that time, I wondered about it, what kind of method it was. In 2020, 2 years ago, I graduated from the elementary school. I felt happy when I graduated from it. My parents had a plan to enter me to Quanta Indonesia English Education Institute. They told me that I would go to Lamongan on the 4th of June 2020. However, due to the condition of Surabaya area at the time was still bad, which was caused by the spread of coronavirus that spread widely and widely. So we determined to cancel our departure until on the 25th of June 2020. During the departure waiting, I spent my time at home. I was ordered by my father to do Salat Istiqorah, to ask for the guide and easiness when I had to go to learn at Quanta Indonesia. Alhamdulillah, on the date that we have determined above, we could go to Quanta Indonesia by plane. When we arrived at Surabaya Airport, we were fetched by someone and we were taken by him to Lamongan, where Quanta Indonesia English Education Institute is located. It took 1.5 hours by car from the airport to Lamongan. When I arrived there, I was confused. The building that I thought at the time was a simple house was the building of Quanta Indonesia English Education Institute. After I had known that the house was its building, I was silent. In my description, that this institute has the interesting, big, luxurious building and had complete facilities, or at least it should be like the other big schools in common. The one whom I and my father met was Mr. Putra. He was asked by Mr. Pretno to show my room and the places in the dormitory. While I was in my room, I was sad and vacillating. At that time, I heard that my father would directly gone back home The following few days, I cried and I didn't know what I had to do here. When my father had gone back home, a week had gone by. Suddenly, I felt happy and comfortable stay here, or even I could associate with my friends. When I remembered after my dad left me going back home, I felt funny and I laughed at myself. My daily activities in helping my mother were like mopping the floor, sweeping, drying the clothes, washing the dishes, and etc. My bad habits before, at the time, I like lying to my parents. Sometimes I oftentimes to borrow the stuff of other people without asking for permission. I always like to bother my younger brother and also my younger sister, and sometimes I spoke the bad words at them until make them sad. And it's not only at them, but I do it with my schoolmates. After had been being in Quanta for a few days, I felt confused as because at the time I was told to attend the class in the classroom. I felt afraid and nervous as I knew nothing about English. For the first time when I learned in the classroom, I was taught by Iqbal. He was a child who had been able to teach a lot of people whose age is far older than his. He could teach them well. While he was teaching me, I feel nervous, and unintentionally, I was addressed by him, and he was asking me about my name and where I come from. Alhamdulillah, I could respond his questions, but at the time, I hoped that I would not be asked with another question by him. There are many things that I got it in this program, except English. Besides English, I get it, my family that used to be maybe cruel for me, or I can say is bad for me, they become good for me. Before, I so very hate them, as they always give me the punishment. As the rules of my family is there are a lot, that I cannot mention it to you all here. At the time, because of that, I hate them. So that's why after I follow this program, I know it. What my parents do is something good for me. Because from that, from Quanta, I can get it lot of things beside English. Before I got the sickness that I cannot speak in English like this, or I can say I cannot speak in front of lot of people. What I feel at the time, nervous. My speaking will be uncontrolled and many people will understand. So do you have question, my friend?
Yes, excuse me, Mr. Azka. Would you please tell me your name and what's your age and where you come from?
My name is Muhammad Azka. I am 15 years of age and I coming from Samarinda.
And the second question, how long have you been learning here?
I have been learning in this program is around a year.
What other improvements have you got besides English from learning through this program?
What I gathered here, my family is become peaceful. That before that I thought my father is my father, for now I thought it is my brother. Or many people thought is we are a sibling, though actually we are father and son.
And have you got power, spirit, and comfort in learning through it?
Yes, I have.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Yes, I have, sir. How did you know this program before you joined it?
I knew this program in 2018 at the marks of my grandfather. His name is Sheikh Mahmudin. At the time the installer is introduced about this program, that name is Quanta Indonesia. From their explanation, I interest about this program.
And when did you start learning this program?
I started learning in this program on 25th of June 2020.
Yes. How are you, sir?
I'm fine.
Yes, thank you.
Excuse me, sir. Would you please tell me your experience in learning through this program for the first time?
For the first time when I learning in this program, I was sad, frustrating, stressed, and there are many feelings that I feel it. As it was my first time for me too far from my parents. Though actually I hate them, but when I far from them, I feel miss at them. So that's why for the first time maybe when I learning here, I cannot handle myself. I just only follow the people, and at that time I also follow my father as he was accompanied me for a few days.
And what do you feel learning at it now?
For this time being, I feel happy, enjoyable, relaxed, or maybe free for me.
Thank you, sir.
Excuse me, what do you think about the method which this program has?
Talking about the method, this program, it's only learning English that many people know it. But actually, it's not only English that we have it here. There are a lot of rezeki that every single of the people will get it if they follow the rules of this program.
Okay, thank you.
Excuse me, Mr. Azka. How can you learn at the Education and Training Center of the program in Lamongan here now?
I can learning here because I follow the rules as I can. As in this program, there are three keys. Its name is good intention, conviction, and sincerity. From that three keys, I can learning and enjoy my process here.
And could you speak English before you joined this program?
No, I could not.
Yes, thank you.
As the time is up for today, and at this moment, that is what I can conveying, not a lot, and also not too much. And give me pardon if I had lots of mistakes. And I say Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.